Hey everybody, I thought it might be fun to just do a video showing you and talking to you about some of the videos that have done really well for me over the last 365 days. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean these videos were uploaded this year, but it does mean that these are the videos that YouTube have deemed to be the most successful, primarily in terms of the views that they've generated from their starting point. It doesn't actually mean that they have generated the most revenue for me. But it just does mean that they have performed. And it's been quite interesting, actually, to have a look at the stats and have a look at which videos were the ones that have stood out and have been picked up by YouTube this year. So let's get into it. The first video is actually a video that I didn't really intend to upload. It was one that I did for a friend of mine who wanted to know how to access a swim function on their Garmin watch. So I thought it might be fun whilst I was there just to kind of film it in a bit of a YouTube style. It's a bit goofy, a bit silly. At the time I had access to a private pool. We were going there quite regularly, so I just had a bit of fun with it. And this particular video has seen a growth of over 7,500 views in quite a short space of time. I don't really know why in particular this video has gained the traction it has. Even the thumbnail uses the iconic PowerPoint background of the water droplet. So it's just a bit of a tongue-in-cheek video. It wasn't supposed to really go anywhere or do anything. It served a purpose for my friend, and that was where it was going to stop. And I left on the channel, and it's been on there for quite a while, but certainly in the last 3 months or so, I've noticed there's been quite a lot of traction with the view count, which was really fascinating to see. So that one is actually deemed as the most popular, most successful video on my channel this year, according to YouTube. The second video is a video that has been on my channel probably one of the longest amount of times, and it is the Salomon Trail 20 backpack. Now this video is really awful, really awful. I laugh because it's like it's shot on a potato. It's so grainy. And the backstory is that I bought this bag when I didn't know a lot about running, and I saw it was a Salomon Trail backpack, and I thought that's what a vest was essentially. And so I bought this backpack. I took on the trails once or twice, and I realised actually this was not fit for purpose, and I uploaded a video saying that point. Now this backpack I actually use to this day. It's in my car, and whenever I go somewhere I always grab it. So it's a really good backpack as is, but it's got absolutely no place being anywhere near the trails in my opinion. Even if I was hiking I wouldn't recommend it. It's just not sturdy enough for that. The material is quite thin. It really is just kind of a day tripper's backpack. And so this particular video has got well over 30,000 views now. It continues to gain traction. And whilst it's probably one of the more embarrassing uploads from me, the way it's shot and the picture quality, it does remind me how far I've come with my YouTube journey, because like I say, at the time when I uploaded it, I was just uploading things which were relevant to me, and I just wanted to talk about my kind of day-to-day life and experiences, which I still continue to do, and that's one of the early insights into my content. The next one is one that I continue to laugh about. It's the Salomon Bonatti waterproof review, and I talk about how much I hate it and why I hate it. That's just ticked over 12,000 views. Again, it might not seem like quite a high view count, given the context of YouTube and how mad some of these views are on certain people's videos. But for me, again, it was a video I uploaded, a bit of fun. I like to have fun with these things. And I just shared, honestly, why I really dislike the jacket. I continue to dislike the jacket. It sits in my car. Again, another Salomon product, which I just have kind of as a backup. If I was to wear it because it was raining outside, it would serve its purpose, but I wouldn't enjoy much of the experience. The jacket itself kind of fell apart. I had a mobile phone that I used to be able to put in the pocket, but that broke free. The seam didn't really go to plan. I contacted Salomon, and they more or less said it doesn't sound like one of our products. I thought, well, it is one of your products, because there it is, and I should send the pictures and all sorts, but they wanted nothing to do with it, which is why that jacket remains up there, because I think it's important to know that sometimes, especially big brands, their products can get really hyped up, and I'm not suggesting the Bonatti range hasn't got some really fantastic products in it. I also know some people absolutely adore the jacket, but for me, I think it's important to have a measured approach, and I bought it with my own money, and therefore my views are my own, and I'm quite happy to keep that video up there alive and kicking for others to view. But that video tends to again gain some traction around the wintry times of year when people search it. YouTube are kind enough to push it in front of people, despite the the clear and obvious title saying how much I hate it. Alright, up next from the Hoka fanboy is the ATR6 review after 180 miles. Again, bit of a random one. Most people do an unboxing, 50 mile, 100 mile, and at the time I thought I'll just do a quick review of where I'm at, and at the time it was 180 miles into that shoe. It served me on an ultra marathon as well, so I felt it was necessary to put together a review, just explaining the ins and outs of what I thought of it. It's a good shoe, solid shoe, and that video, again, more recently has gained quite a bit of traction. It may well be because the 7 is coming out and people are able to pick up a 6 for a much reduced rate, which I would obviously recommend if you can save any money at all. It's really important to do that. So a bit of a no frills video there, does what it says on the tin, and has made it into the top 4. And then just share the last 2 before I drop off this video. This particular one that's next, in position number 5, is a video that I'll always be most proud of, and an event that I'll always be most proud of. It's my first 50 miler, the North Downs Way 50. I've recorded 2 videos because, as you know, I've run the race twice. This year's video has not really gone anywhere in terms of views. Not that I had intended it to, but the original one that I posted the year before that has just, blown everything else out of the water, really. It shows my journey. It's raw. It's pretty much unedited, actually. It's one that I still look back on myself, and that video does do pretty well. Has done well this year, and I'm pleased that YouTube have found a position for it in the recommended feed for people who are looking into a 50 miler, especially the North Downs Way by Centurion Running. And the final one is one that I did once again, not necessarily as a bit of a laugh, but I was recording a little bit of content backwards and forwards for one of my family members about potato wedges and how I was making them in my Nutri Ninja cooker thing, and I decided just to do a video on it at the same time. So you'll see in the video again, it's just a bit of fun we're having with it, and sure enough, this time of year that's picked up a little bit of focus from Hungry Eyes, and that's doing quite well on the channel. So overall, some quite interesting videos there that have peaked this year for me and have done well, continue to do well. If you have any questions about videos, about YouTube, especially for a channel like mine, which is quite small in terms of subscribers, obviously feel free to leave in the comments below or message me direct on Instagram. But I thought it might be quite fun just to showcase a few of the vids that YouTube deemed to be the most popular for me this year.